Quick video of my utility room project. I guess I'll talk to water first. Water comes into the house here. Whoops, this is a master shutoff. This is a pressure regulator that regulates it down to whatever I set it at. Currently it's 70 psi. Then that's just a drain valve at the bottom. And coming over here, the normal path for the water is from here up to here through my water filters out to here, and then it kind of goes down this way, and then that's a one-way valve, so water can only go down. And then from here the cold water shoots up and goes into the house. The hot water comes right here and goes over here. That's just another valve that I use to fill a bucket, but the hot water, or what will be hot water, goes behind the furnace right over here. Then it comes, there's another shutoff valve in case I ever have to replace my expansion tank, because then it's kind of hard to see, but the valve goes up, comes up here into my expansion tank. It also comes down to feed my water heater. This is my recirculating pump line where the water comes back from the house into the same hot water line. And so that's my recirculating pump. From there it goes into my water heater. This is just my drain valve, I guess, or just my overpressure drain. Oh, my condensate drain. That's right. This is unique because this is a heat pump style electric water heater, and so it produces condensate, which is basically what you're seeing dripping into that drain. That's where that ends up. And so that comes out this pipe here, and it goes back down into that 1-inch main drain pipe. Then in the back you have my pressure relief, and that also goes into the same drain. And then I vent that drain with this line right here, and that's just for air to come up so it's never clogged. It's probably not necessary. I also vent the condensate from my high efficiency furnace. It comes through this trap right here, and then over and then down also into that drain. And then the hot water coming out of the water heater comes through this insulated pipe, up this insulated pipe, and then into the house. This is my electrical line, my 220 coming down to feed my electric water heater. And this is a heat pump style. For my furnace, I did all of my own ducting work here. I had to cut kind of this custom duct to make it fit what was there. This one is the exhaust pipe. This is my intake pipe. And those go just out through the attic and to where they're supposed to go. Intake just pulls air from the attic. The exhaust vents it to the outside of the house. And then my gas line, my main gas line comes here. This is just, you're required by code to have this little extra foot here. And that's so if there's any debris, it just falls in and doesn't get sucked through. And then my gas line ends here. Then I use the flex line going into my furnace. And so back to my water system. If for some reason I need to change out these filters, then what I can do is I can close this valve here to shut the water off this way. Then I can open this valve here. So now the water path, instead of going through my filters, goes through my filter bypass over here, and then goes from here. It just goes straight up into the house, into the cold, and then goes down and over this way into the water heater. And so it works either way. This is for adding potentially a backup water tank. That's where the water would come from into the system. And then this tank here would, or this line here that's currently just capped off, will eventually be used to fill a backup water tank if I want to put one of those in that other room over there. I haven't done that yet. So that's pretty much the gist of my utility room here. And the old system, there used to be two side-by-side huge furnaces, and there was ducting that came down from here and fed them directly. Now I just opened that up. I still have to put a nice fancy grate and a filter up there, and then there's a grate down below. But currently what happens is the air is just pulled through those vents with the hole into the room and then sucked up into the furnace that way, and then heats up and goes out to the house. So that is my utility room. Fully functional. I just have some cosmetics to do. Oh, and then that's my water heater cutoff valve. This comes from my main breaker outside in the garage. Comes into this guy right here, which is just another shut-off switch. So I could turn off my water heater from in here if there's a problem, or I can run out to my garage to turn it off. These brass things are just one-way valves, you can see here, and they're just kind of spring-loaded rubber devices, so water can go this way, but water cannot come back through this way. And that's how I let my bypass system work, because if I didn't have that, the bypassed water could come down and could technically go back up through into my filters the wrong way. But this valve prevents it from going up. It can only go down or over. And so that's how that works.